So hello everyone, I'm on the work for the Boomsday retrospective. So talking about all the cards, every card. I'm going through every card expansion here in this video. How good they are in arena or not. And I might mess some, standard, but mainly arena. And yeah, we're going to start with neutral card because they're obviously most prominent cards. Then we do druid, then we do class by class. So and up, so low mana upwards, right? I don't care about like legendary so I'm just doing my mana cost. So first I have Scatterbot. You can use a new mechanic to give order. Mix, rush strikes. It's pretty good. I don't think it's that good, but it's pretty good. And then we have Mecha Rudo. This is a great card, I think. It's actually one of the better cards. It's very sticky, right? It's a 1-1. It's not a 1-1. It's comparable to Argan Squire. A little worse, I would say, because the Divine Shield is better because you can, of course, buff it and then trade, and not actually trade health. So it's a little worse than that, but it's a mech though, so it's good for your mech, the whole magnetic thing. So it's probably a really good card for those minions. Yeah, a pretty good card, yeah. Yeah, a pretty good card. Then we have Goblin Bomb. This is horrible, of course. Horrible in arena, yeah. This might be a good card in standard, right? Because it's like you pay 1 mana, do 2 damage, that's okay-ish. You can death rattle combo it and so on. But in arena, I always say this thing, in arena, you don't want to care about health too much. Doing just health, health damage to them isn't very important. So if this for example is doing 2 damage to a random character, right, it would be pretty bad. But like a random enemy character, it would be pretty strong. Not that strong, but pretty strong. But that's just their face, and that is very, very low value in arenas. I'll say it's a 1 out of 5 card. It's really bad actually for arena. So then we have Faithful Lumi. Give a friendly. This is actually pretty good in the incoming. It's a lot of good 1-drops coming from neutral there. This is probably decent, right? You have like a 1-1, and it's not a 1-1. So that's just what a 2-2 of stats for 1 mana. And buffing something in arena is actually usually pretty strong, so you can survive 1 trade, especially against non-mage druid and rogue, right? So you survive 1 health can be really, really annoying for a shaman or paladin, whatever. Right? It can be really frustrating if like a 5-5 from a 6-6 it survives with a 6-1, best another trade. That can be super important. So plus 1-1 is actually very good. Yeah, it's only mix though, but there's a lot of mix. So I think it actually is one of the better uncommon cards. I said right away here. I think it's one of the better cards. And yeah, it's a 2-2 for 1, right? So that is good. Definitely a very high rate card in my opinion. And then we have this card, Crystallizer. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting because it's an epic card. It's clearly not for every class, right? You reverse health to armor, which is better. So I like the card because getting armor is also better than health because you can oversize turtle right, left, right. So for a priest, for example, it's better because you can then heal up yourself. But you can't really use that armor, so it's only good if you're a warrior and I guess there's a few druid cards. Not very good otherwise. So in that sense, kind of like, why you didn't play this card, right? But yeah, it has some. It's a 1-3 for 1 though, and I don't know. It's not a very good card, but it's an interesting card. Definitely constructed. For arena, it's just bad, but then we have World Glider. Yeah, anyway, I don't know. It's Somerset Bomb, yeah. So again, it's the same issue, right? The actual bomb isn't very good. 2-1 for 1. Looks very mega gathering to me, like I aspect to flying, but it's not very good. I think the bomb is just too good. Then this card, I've shown this a lot on the stream so right? This card is great, right? Because it's a mech with really good health stats. 1-5 is actually very good stats in the arena. It was 1-4 it was before. So this combined with another mech with mana is actually makes a lot of health, right? So very good card for the magnetic combos. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good card actually. Like there's a lot of 1-4s, not a lot of them, but there's been 1-4s every now and then for 2 mana. So the 1-5 is actually really high stat. There's 6 mana worth of stats, right? Altogether. Yes, it's kind of hard to kind of like use it if you're not using it. But even for like a mage or a druid, a 1-5 can hit probably 2 enemies, right? Twice, or 1 enemy twice. So then you can ping that with your mage ability or bite it and so on with the rogue. So actually, even if you don't have all the mix, a 1-5 for 2 is pretty strong. And if you can buff it as a priest or a druid and so on, it's like a 3-7 and so on, right? So yeah, it's actually pretty good card. It's a pretty good card actually. Almost for every class. But of course, even more for the meta class. So this is going to be definitely a very good uncommon card. Unpowered Mauler. I don't know, I mean, in arena you have to few spells. It's decent, I guess, because I don't know. Now it's unplayable. Okay, very sexy local card here. Toxicist, give you weapon +1. Weapons are very good in arena. They have been nerfed a bit. Chances to get them, so that obviously gonna make this card worse in arena. But weapons are very, very good. 2/2 for 2. Not. If she was a 3/2 for 2, she would be really good. Like a 3/2 for 2 is very good in arena. Very good. But that's a good like basic stat, right? And then having ability to sometimes buff your weapons if you are a weapon class would be amazing. So that would be amazing. But this is kind of like, I guess it's probably decently like warrior and so on. Obviously, it's a good rogue though. And rogue is a very good card, right? Because you can always use it for rogue. So for a rogue, it's a very strong card. For the other classes, it's like for warrior and paladin and so on, and shaman, it's like it's an okay card. And for classes, it's 2/2 for 2 is bad. So sparkling in. Yeah, so they have 1 rush. I think it's. I mean, you can play the 1 right away for 1 more mana. So for 3 mana, you can play a 2/1 and a 1/1 and kill this small guy. It's pretty good for the classes that don't have finish offs, like a shaman, especially shaman with buffs like flame tongue and so on. So it's pretty. It's okay. It's not fantastic. It's okay, I would say. Venomizer reduces the cost of your mix. Yeah, obviously. It's the same like the shaman card was calling an Ignatius Elemental, right? That yeah, reduces all the shaman's elemental spells. So yeah, this is a great card. It's for a standard, it might be completely breaking because it might be full mech extra coming, and then reducing all the cost you have for 2 mana can be amazingly strong. Like calling this thing in turn 1 reduces like all your hand, and you can play. Yeah, it can be a very, very good tempo. Even in arena, I think it's pretty good because you have a lot of mix. But it's not amazing though in arena, because in arena you do usually run out of cards eventually. So making them cheap isn't that good actually, and the card itself is pretty pointless, right? It's a mech though, so yeah, potentially if you have a lot of mechs in arena, it's probably a good card, but otherwise not very good. Clockskeg Chemist, yeah, I think this is like a worse. I mean, this is just actually, yeah, it's Silent Night, yeah, there's 2/2 for 3 of it. And as with Silent Night, it's a great card if you have the buffs right, because it has Divine Shield, so if you buff it, you can trade something right and use the shield. It's very good with that. So if you have something like, if you're a paladin, it's very good, like Silent Night. If you're a druid, it's pretty good. If you're a priest, it's pretty good. If you're the other classes can't really use it. Shaman somewhat can use it. So yeah, I think it's the same. It's always right. If you have a lot of buffs in your deck, this card is great. If you don't, it's not useless, but not very good. But even if you don't have any buffs, it's still Divine Shield is always pretty good. So I think if you pick this card early in your draft, if you're like a priest, you get it early. I would probably pick it over many cards because I think, oh, I'm probably gonna get buffed later on. For a paladin, well, I'm definitely probably get buffs later on. So in that sense, it's a pretty good card for those classes. Then we have Spring Rocket, which I think is a pretty good card. Yeah, this is actually a really good card. Uncommon card, very good card. I think one of the best probably uncommon card coming here. It's a 2 damage. Yeah, just you can see it more as a removal card, right? So I'm paying 3 mana to ping something for 2 damage. It's kind of like, I pay 2 mana to, yeah, like a Frostbot or whatever. This is a weak, of course, but at least a mech instead, though. But this is great. Yeah, you can destroy so much of it. Of course, the Cthulhu Disciple was extremely popular, right? The 2/1 for 3. Yeah, same stats. This is mech stat. He was buffed to Cthulhu. That card was very, very, very played. Even in Exacta, just for having that effect, right? Even if you don't even have Cthulhu, sometimes it's a very good card. So this is a great card. And being mech makes it better, right? I think this is actually probably one of the strongest cards coming here. You should do straight up because removal is very good in arena, and this is basically a removal card, right? That also leads to a minion. Because yeah, it's doing that 1 to 2 damage. It's a massive difference between this and Iron Force Rifleman versus 1 damage. They can't really just kill stuff, right? So it's very good card actually. It's very, very good card. Definitely uncommon card, very pickable. Summon 2/1s once. It's somewhat decent stats, microbots, yeah, pretty okay. Kaboombot did 4 damage to random enemy minions. It's probably good. So actually it's decent, right? Yeah, it's kind of like the elemental, volatile elemental with 1 more mana. You can trade it. It might be good. It's probably pretty good. Elemental is not that good because it's 1 life, so you can use ping it off with the mace or so on. This has 2 lives, so you can't really kill it that easily. It's probably actually pretty good. Electrobrite. If you hold a spell, it costs 5 more. This is a pretty good card, yeah, because 3 for 3 is very good, but it's okay in arena. And if it becomes a 4/4 for you usually have a couple of best spells in your deck in arena if you can get them, because they're pretty good. So that's pretty good, yeah. I think it's a decent card. Not it's just a 4/4 for 3 though, so we have those cards already, so not fantastic, but it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean this guy is like the other bot, but it costs 1 more mana, and also Phonetics you can combo it. So and it's taunt though, so it has a lot of mechanic. It's paying you basically just paying strictly 1 mana for both taunt and it's probably worth it, right? Because if you just pay 1 mana for taunt, it would be horrible. But you pay also for magnetic, which is pretty good. So I think again, this is sort of a pretty good card. You can combine it right with a lot of other minions, and yeah, you can use magnetic even if you're not having the magnetic class, right? You can be pretty strong. It's pretty strong. Brainstormer, gain 1 health for each spell in your hand. Looks really bad. Like this card looks horrible. So if you have full spell in your hand, it becomes massive. But even then, it's only 3 attack power. If it was like +1/+1, so if you had like plus attack power and health, it would be really good. But with plus its head, yeah. So the best case scenario, you have like a 3/9, 3/10, whatever. Yeah, it's not good enough. You can't play it at turn 3. Then it's best like turn. Yeah, at turn 3 you have less spells. You have the coin and so you might have more spells, but not good enough. In arena, it's probably like a average a 3/3 probably 3/4 for the coin, which is okay, I guess. But that's at the best probably, and it can be silenced one, so it looks really bad actually. Looks really bad. Okay, this card is great for constructed though. Very, 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 very good card. Yeah. So whenever you shuffle a card, you get a copy, right? So you can like get more of one card. You can extra. Yeah. So it's very, very good. It has good stats, so like a 3/4 for 3, so it's very good card. In arena though, I don't think you're gonna do much though. In arena, it's like, well, if you can shuffle, you can copy a legendary card. I guess it's fantastic, but how often can you do that? Maybe you can have the new priest legendary, so it might be good for especially priest, but for otherwise, I can't see it being good in arena. But it's a very, very, very. It's gonna be a great card. Oh yeah, so this card, Whisper the Wonderful, gives you a new deck, which means that it's basically, I don't know if you can. I doubt this card will be illegal in arena. And I honestly have, of course, check it out, but I don't think it's going to be illegal. You probably can't even see it in arena. It's just going to change your deck into something else. I don't think it's going to be playable. Anyway, but yeah. If it is the deck itself, it depends on, yeah. Randomize the deck of him instead. So yeah, so anyway. Yeah. This is really good. This is really good, yeah. Weaponized Pinata, right? So you pro it out, and it's kind of like Rufus. You get another really good card. Rufus is really bad for mana, right? He's really bad. This is better, but not much better. 4/3 for 2/4 is really bad. Still though, it dies from everything for like 2 double cheaper. Or sorry, it was expensive, but yeah. So, but a legendary random is usually good. And generally in arena, to generate cards, to play something gives you another card is really strong. So you get more cards, right? So I think it's a very, very good card in arena, and it's epic, so you get an epic upgrade to legendary. So yeah, it's a very good card. It's straight out good. Steed Rager. Yeah, I guess it's a Rager for 1 more mana and it has Rush. This is basically a removal, so actually it's pretty good in arena because in constructed, probably never seen it play. Well, it's mech, I suppose. You can actually you can magnetize it, but in I'll say what it is. I said Austin Arena. This card is basically it's a 4 mana. It's like a 5 damage fireball, right? With the chemical pass taunt. So it's like a worse fireball with 1 less flexible. But it's pretty good because it's a removal. These cards are removal. It's like a wolf ride in the arena. It's like a 3/1 removal, right? It removes the frostbolt for 1 more mana. This is kind of like a fireball for 1 more, like a weaker fireball for 1 mana. So I don't think it actually is a very good card in the arena. Just as a removal, right? You just kill their 5 after your 5/1. That is what we do. It's a very good removal card. And that's about it. And I think it's good. I think it's good. Not as fireball though, but it's good for an uncommon, non-class specific card. Yeah, very good meta guys. He's sticky, right? He summons more guys. The new guys get more card. Pretty good card. It's a lot of value in it. A lot of value. It's like a better version than a 3/1 egg snatcher. Better egg snatcher. Pretty good. Of course, a Reaper card. I mean, summon a random card from your hand that costs 2 or less. It's kind of limited. This is probably very good in like Zoo, aggressive decks, right? Like constructed. In arena though, you don't want to have 2 mana cheap minions. You want to have a good curve. You want to have mana bomb as you can to get away with. That's usually what the best. That's if you're playing fully aggro, but it's hard to do in arena, right? So I feel that you play this card, you might even have that cheap cost in your hand. That might be a chance. If you coin it, you probably will have it. But if you don't, yeah. So I think that is like, that makes it very risky. I don't think it's very good in Arena. If you play super aggro in Arena, if you imagine like a very, this is going to be amazing. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty bad, I think. Okay, so they have the Omega cards. Omega is a new mechanic, right? When you have 10 mana, you need something else. This is a 2/6 for 4, which is pretty bad with Taunt, even though you have the Priest card. But the Priest card is, you get 1+1, and as a Priest, it's really good because you can heal it, right? So, specifically for a Priest, it's probably a good card. And maybe for Warrior and so on, and Paladin. But 2/6 for 4 is okay. But if you have 10 mana then, it's a, it's a 12/6. So I actually think it's a pretty good card. Actually, it's a very good card for the Arena because, again, 2/6 isn't very strong, but if you are specifically Priest specifically, then it's very good, right? Or very good, but then it fits the most. Or the fast fits it better, right? And again, then you in Arena you do come to the 10 mana. I think the mini cards generally are going to be easy to trigger in Arena because you have a lot of long games, especially as like Priest, Warrior, Paladin, and so on. So yeah, it's pretty good actually. Okay, so first legendary card, Harbinger Celestia. So it's a 5/6. And yeah, she changes. Yeah. It's gonna be really bad in Arena. It's really bad in Arena. In Constructed, it's very, very interesting. It's very interesting late game. Like you play this out, you kind of force them to not play what they wanna play. Then they can't play their like big expensive minion, high cost legendary. They have to play like a cheap card first, and yeah, it's very interesting. It's just stealth, right? It's very, 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 very interesting. But in Arena, there's so many bad cards, right? There's so many bad cards. People are gonna drop some really bad stuff. Well, you kind of forced them out. Not, I don't know. She might actually be pretty good in it. Think about it. It's hard to say. I think it's very situational dependable. Yeah, it's very depending on what's happening in this game. Like if they have really big guys in their hand, they have Lich King, whatever, they can really play him. That is really good. But yeah, I feel it's kind of like if your opponent are having a good deck, it's better, right? So it's very, very hard to say there. I think it's very, very, very situational. So I wouldn't pick it. I've tried to pick cards not using always good, right? And the probably consistent legendary is best. Anyway, Explanator, same thing as before. Face damage is really low well in Arena, so it's a bad card. Copper Tail Imposter, this is a great card in Arena, yeah. It's 4/4 that just, it's a mech, you stealth, so you can trigger your magnetic stealth minions. So you can combine it. It's one of the easiest things to make the magnetic work. Pretty good stats generally. Use one less than Yeti, but having that both stealth and of course the mech thing that combines it makes it very good actually. I mean 4 or 5 Yetis are still good in the Arena, right? The mana 4 cards are pretty good, and this has a good effect, right? So I think it's actually one of the better cards in coming here. Also the best card, but it's a pretty easy to combo with. So very good and common card. You will play a lot. Yeah, then we have Celiax, Dr. Doom's robot, right? Yes, everything. Yes, magnetic divine shield, taunt, life rush. So of course, if you combine this thing with like this thing, right? You can play this thing first, it's stealth. The next turn you can play this guy because obviously, yeah, then those combines, and yeah, then you get the whole, life steal, divine rush, yeah, shield. So that's awesome. So that pretty much shows you why this card is good, right? Because you can combine it with other magnetic cards, especially the Celiax, and they're even on the curve, so this is very good. But yeah, obviously he's a very good card. He's gonna trade up. You're probably gonna at least 2 cards with him, get some life back. So it's a good card in Arena. Similar, Volga, also a very good card. It's a 5/5 for 5 with the magnetic effect. So stats wise, it's pretty good. They are like 5/6 for 5 like pit fighters, so it's the worst stat wise. But that like 1 less health or 1 less attack power it has for magnetic is definitely worth it. So yeah. Great card, you can buff something with it. It's kind of like playing a Blessing of Kings, something like that, so you can throw it in and buff something, right? So yeah, it's actually a very good card. It's probably a lot of play, yeah. Very, very strong card. Very, very basically strong though, right? It's good stats. The automatic have kind of like weird stats, like 1/5 and 3/1 and so on. This is just 5/5. So things like it's like playing a Blessing, right? Or it's a minion. So it's like a very strong card. It reminds me of Bone Mare, yeah, Bone Mare. Very, very similar to Bone Mare, right? It's like a good card that buff stuff, and even if it's completely empty on board, you can still play it because it's decent, even if you play it out alone, right? So, yeah, very similar to Bone Mare. So this is a great card, very, very good card. Okay, Subject 9, next legendary here then. I mean, it's neutral, but not really. Draw 5 secret, yeah. It's like, well, I mean, it's neutral, it's beast, it's kind of hunterish, I feel. It's like, obviously, a good card if you have a lot of secrets. So mage and hunter primarily. Rogue secrets aren't that good in arena, they're decent, 2 of them. And paladin are horrible most of the time. So yeah, for a mage specifically is the best, right? Because they're the strongest secrets in arena. Constructed though, it's kind of similar, I guess, to... It's like a bad version of... what's it called now again? Mysterious... yeah, because he's played them too, right? So, yeah. Okay. C4 Bomber. Shuffle a bomb into your opponent's deck. So this is like the Juggernaut. Which you shuffle a 10 damage card for 6 mana. War specific, this is just normal. Again, horrible for arena. It's just face damage to them, very little effect. I mean, obviously, I said before, but if you're playing Hunter, I guess, okay, it's fine. 5/5 is still good. Okay, I will give it this thing. This card is much better than the Bobos because this is just a 5/5, which is okay. So even if you play like Mage, 5/5 is okay. You throw a bomb in their face. You know, eventually you're gonna do 5 damage to them. You might be able to kill them with like a Pyro Blast or whatever. So, okay. Actually, when I think about it, this card is much better than the bomb because herself is an okay Goblin card, right? But yeah, I mean, it's fantastic in the arena. But her stats are pretty good. It's playable, especially then for like Hunter and Mage and so on. Likewise, it's another good magnetic target, right? Taunt and lifesteal. You buff it with, for example, the War Gear, get a massive covered lifesteal. Pretty good. Not very specific. Yeah, another kind of elkish thing, Chimera thing. It's interesting. It's 5/6 for 5. And if played, I mean 60 minutes, for the slip. 6/6 for 5, I mean, of course, but it's not. Yeah, it's still playable, right? So it's kind of like if you're an empty board, it's fine to play it. If you're playing Unrage, it's fine, and so on. But I think a lot of classes are gonna have a problem with this thing. You have to, yeah, and you have to be kind of behind to wanna play it, right? In arena at least, you can do combo it, so it's really bad, honestly. Venomizer then. This is likewise, I think, similar to the legendary, right? It kind of forces you to not be able to play cards. Actually, very interesting. It's kind of mirror identity, forcing them to not play. Death Rattle mainly, and Divine Shield and so on. Very interesting card. Might be really good. It's definitely a win more card though. You have to ever be, if you're in the lead, it's much better, right? You can play behind, so not the best card. Much better constructed. Yeah. This card is great though, yeah. This card is great. It summons 2 Annoyers, which is a lot of value. 1/2 is, Divine Shield Taunt, and the 1/2 herself. Just paying 5 mana to summon 2 Annoyers will actually be decent in the arena, right? It's super annoying. Yeah, there is. It's really hard to remove them, and you can definitely, especially if you're playing aggro, you can defend behind them and just keep going through the face, right? You can buff them and so on, so it's very annoying. And herself being a 2/1, yeah, definitely worth 5 mana. I think this is a great card in the arena. Very, very good card. And not for that, but it's very good. Very, very staple good. Yeah, oh, here. Very meta-defining card, right? People talk about it a lot already. Yeah. Kill a mech. What can I say? This card is obviously fantastic in this format. You're gonna kill a mech. Yeah, you're gonna just destroy that magnetic thing. They combine, right? So they're weak against removal, which is even stronger because of the magnetic divine. It were used mechs everywhere, but they didn't actually fuse, right? So you'd be weaker. This is fantastic card. Depending on how good the new cards are, she's better, right? So it's just very good card. Kind of like Blood Knight, very Blood Knight-ish. A lot of Divine Shield in the beginning of Hearthstone. And she removes those then. Is she fantastic? She probably is. I would say this is not a must-have, but it's kind of like Black Knight, I think. But that's very good in arena state because there's always some taunt being played in arena. So Black Knight is very, very good because you're gonna be a top minion eventually. She is very similar. So yeah, it's gonna be, a mech eventually in this format. So this is a very, very good card. Very, very strong card. But that's obvious, right? So let's go on. Spark Tree. Rush, yeah, it's not a rush. You can combine it. You get rush, and Dota has rush. So yeah, yes. But again, like compared to War Gear is a 5/5, right? There's very good stats. This one's like 5/1, right? So, yeah. They're all very, very uneven usually. Anyway, Missile Launcher. I think it's a pretty good card. It's like a bad. I don't think people hate the card, but it's pretty good. It's like a bad Dreadlord. And for being a network pretty good, yeah, D1 damage, everything. On its own, it's pretty good actually. It can be really annoying for the opponent to deal with that. And then of course you can make and combine and so on, but even without that, it's pretty good. Okay, so these cards are usually very weak in arena, so it's like 60, yeah, you play this and you get another one stronger later. It's very weak against all removal spells, right, and silence. And the next thing is the 7/7. It's somewhat target. I mean, yeah, you can combine it. So, but yeah, I think it's pretty weak actually. I think it's pretty weak. It's much weaker than Bone Break, which is much better card. Yeah, much better card. This is really strong. This card is fantastic. Yeah, this card is great. It's like the big injured blade monster. I mean, yeah, this card is really good. Even for like not healing classes, it's good because a 5/6 for 6 with taunt. That's pretty good in arena. That's like 6/5. That's like the arena master guy. Yeah, Lord of the Arena. It's pretty good, and being able to heal it, like really good. So yeah, for pre specifically, it was an amazing card. But all of the also has heal, like Shaman and so on. It's also really good, especially with Prince of course. Yeah, and it's a mech and so on, right? And of course, if you can summon it without having to heal it or resurrect this priest, it's even better. So especially for priest, it's obviously Menacing, as always. Yeah, it's a big injured blade monster with taunt. Much better, so this is a great card for priest. This card, some people saying it's bad, some say it's good. I think it's really good because Discovery is very strong in arena. Discovery is very strong in arena. Discovery spell is even better because you get some removal spell usually. Because you mean if you discover something and the spells, you can usually pick one of the spells right that are good for the situation. So a 3/4 for 6 that gives you another spell. It's very strong, even though it's kind of high cost mana. If it's 5 mana, it'd be broken. So 6 mana is fair. I think it's a good card overall. And it gives you big spells too, like Flame Strike and so on, right? So yeah, actually that makes it better. It's really strong actually. At least for Mage, because you get a lot of Blizzards and Flame Strikes and so on. Very, very good. For Druid, you're gonna get 10/10 and so on. Yeah, so it's very strong there. Bloodlust for Shaman is 5 mana, is very good. And Brocade and so on. But just getting Bloodlust is really good, right? So and so on. So yeah, it's a very good card. Vanish, or used to be bad, but it's kind of good. Yeah, like it's like happening arena. Okay, so next good target for your mech, right? Bulldozer. You combine 9/7. It's like the old mecha that also had 7/7 for 8. Yeah, very similar. And then of course you also have Mecha Cartoon, which is absolutely never gonna play in arena. Well, actually you might get there, I guess, the priest sometimes. But yeah, I like it for constructed. I'm trying to build a deck with it, but it's never gonna be played in arena, right? It's just impossible to get the effect of. So anyway, let's go to Druid. I'm just gonna go through class by class now then. So we're going to go Druid first, and then we do, each class, right? So, let's start with Neotroll first, because I think Neotroll is more important, right? So, there we go. I'm being a little lazy here, but we do every card, so I feel like I'm going to do it too properly. Yeah. So anyway, whenever minion dies this turn, give mana crystal only this turn. So if this was giving you 1 mana permanently, crystal, it would be really amazing, even in arena, right? It would be amazing, but it's only for 1 turn, so you have a lot of minions out. You sacrifice them, you play this card, you play this card, you sacrifice the minions, you play your dorks, and then you do trends, I guess mainly, right? You get a lot of mana, you can ramp it out. So in constructed it can be very, very strong. Obviously legendary card, it can be very, very combo heavy. But in arena it's kind of like, oh, well, first you need to have a lot of dorks out, a lot of small guys to kill off, right? And then you need to have a good card in your hand that's worth the cost to kill them all off and so on, right? That's really hard to get. So yeah, it's a really bad card. Bad, horrible. This card also horrible. I like it for it's very interesting, giving both players a better ramp. Very, very rampy. Horrible for arena because the opponent might also have big guys, right? You don't know. So I mean, sure, you're facing like a hunter. He usually doesn't have that, but you kind of get a point, right? Like, usually they're gonna have roughly the same amount of bombs as you have. So if you pick this card, you have to pick every bomb you see in arena in a draft, and it's still pretty risky. So no, and it's also their turn. Yeah, you're giving, it's like my turn. I give you 2 crystals, then it's your turn, so you get the tempo. So it's really bad in arena. It's really bad. And this card is really good. Discover spell is also really good. 2/3 for 2 is very strong. With Discover effect, You need a trend though. So trends and these guys are very good. And there are a lot of trend cards out there. From last expansion and this expansion have a lot of trend cards. There's a new druid thing. And I think this card is actually pretty good. I mean, even if worst case scenario is a 2-drop for 2/3, which is fine. So yeah, a good card. A good card. Next card here. Like this is 4/4 stats for 3 mana, which is fine, right? We know that that's a good stat in Arena. So this is a great card in Arena. And it's uncommon, and again it combines with this guy and other trends card, right? So yeah, this is a great card. This together are very good. Very, very good. And this legendary though, I think one of the weakest legendaries coming here. It's I mean not constructed for Arena. It's yeah. It requires you to have great minions. And also this guy, he has the same stats, but the effect, right? So you need to have good effects too. They can't just be big guys. So very, very hard to play in Arena. Very hard to play. It. This card, man, it draws you a lot of value. It draws you a lot of value. It's like sprint, but it costs cheaper if you have a good hand. It's gonna be hard in Arena having like a 10-drop and so on, but it's probably pretty good actually. You probably have like a 7 and 8-drop, maybe a 9-drop. If you draw 2 cards from it, it's not good enough. 3 cards. I think it's in Arena it won't be good enough. Probability wise, it's gonna be 2 cards for 4 mana. That's horrible. 3 cards for 4 mana is great. So it's kind of like, yeah, shaky. Depending on your deck, of course. In Arena, yeah, definitely. Just depending on what you draft. So you have to draft it, if you draft it late, right? So anyway, this card is very interesting, Tending Tauren, because his second ability is just exactly like Scenarios, but it costs 3 mana less. So I mean, Scenarios has +1/1 or this, right? This guy actually should summon 1 trend, because it's like, it's kind of weird how he is exactly like Scenarios when it comes to summon 2 trends. So that's weird to me, in my opinion, very weird. But anyway, this is a great card, of course, to summon 2 trends, and again, we have the trend combos, right? Even if you have to have the trend combos, this is good stats. So yeah, it's a 3, 4 plus 2, 2 stats. That's great stats in Arena. And being able to buff everyone, you rarely will do that in Arena, but if you wanna do that, you can do it, right? And it might give you a better chance, because even just being a 3/4 summons 2 trends would be great. And you can also do it. So that's always summoning, choosing one thing, we do it is great. I think it's a very strong card in Arena, especially with trend combos. This card is also very strong, but it's not super good actually, I think. So she's a 4/4, right? The Florist, and she makes the next card in your hand, on the 1 card in your hand, cheap with 7 mana, which is really strong in Constructed, very, very strong. But in Arena, you're gonna have a lot of random cards, some are cheaper, some are expensive. So the chance of hitting an expensive card in your hand is much, much lower, of course, in Arena. So you have to think about that. It's again deck dependent, and you need to curve out. You don't have much removal cards, so it's kind of like, it's probably a good card generally. I think this card is probably good. I'm doing the meta panel. It should be good generally, but it's not very good. Like it's pretty good. This card, however, though, wow, Loop Sprayer. Okay, this card, in my opinion, is one of the best cards coming in uncommon here. It is amazing. This, I think, is one of the best cards for the classes. Yeah, crazy value. Crazy value. So you summon this guy and he gets a clones, right, of what you have around him, which is just amazingly value in Arena. You can summon, even if you use clone like an Ogre, right, a 6-drop, which hasn't taken life damage. That is amazing. If you clone a Bone Drake or something, right, this is massive. If you use clone something like a 4-drop, that's like a Yeti, that's good enough. Yeti, yeah, that's good enough. But if you clone something like a 6-drop or 7-drop, if you clone, of course, you clone 2 guys. So yeah, it's just really broken. You probably, roughly, are gonna clone 1 damage 6 or 7-drop, and maybe like a 2-drop or something like that. But that's good enough to have massive, massive, massive value. Extremely good card. Very hard to stand it. Very, very good. Extremely good card. I think it's a horribly good card. The 10/10 card, yeah, definitely. And last time we have another Trent card. I think Wild Monster is pretty good, yeah. Like it's an 8/8, pretty good bomb. He has rush, you know, so even for just being an 8/8 for 10 with rush is decent actually in Arena, yeah. Like a massive removal card. And you probably are gonna have a few trends, right? Because the new trends are pretty good. The old ones were decent as well. I think the one that gives you 3 trends in your hand is pretty good, and so on. So that's pretty good. The new trend summoning is very strong. Both of them are very strong. Summon to them, yeah, they're both very good cards. So if you lose like 2-3 trends with this card, So it's like a 7 drop that does this thing like a short Divisaur. That's very strong. Yeah, so you only just if you lose 2 trends, it's as good as a short Divisaur. And each of these cards summon like 2 trends, right? So use one of those trend summon guys, you have the short Divisaur here, and it can become cheaper. So and it's a mech actually. Yeah, so actually this card is very good. It's very good for arena. Very very good. Not extremely good, but it's like an 8 out of 10. Yeah, strong though. But the Gloop guy, that is uncommon card, and that is insane. That card is really insane. I can't believe it printed the card. Yeah, it looks insane. It looks so insane. It just looks insane. Anyway, let's go to Hunter. So, discover a secret plan. I think it's pretty good. You know, because you play turn 1, right, and the secret costs 2. So you play it, the next turn you play that secret. So you can always do it turn 1. And it's similar to like Hallucination and Battle Cry, Invocation for Shaman. It's good having like a Discover 1 mana card, because you can use your 1 turn for something for once. This of course right away will give you a certain 2 play, right? So that's great actually. That's great. Yeah, this is actually a very strong card. Very strong card. We know of course Manatics is going to come in here in strong right for your classes, but the Hunter then have more Manatics because you're a Hunter, some with Warrior and so on. And this is Poisonous, which is really annoying, right? So you can buff those like 1/5s, become a 3/7 Poisonous. That's very strong. So this is a great card. Yeah, I think this is one of the best cards, Mantic, because Poison is so strong. So yeah, this is a great card. This is a 9 out of 10 card. It's a very strong card. You need the mix to make it work though, but if you have the mix, this card is definitely amazing. So it's somewhere up there. Okay, next card. Firework Tick. So Firework Tick, give a friendly mech, 1+1. If it triggered a beast, it would be broken. If it triggered like Savannheim and so on, it would be really broken. But there are still a lot of mix with Death Rattle Rights. That's pretty good. Again, giving 1+1, it's pretty good. I think depending on your deck, it's a little more deck dependent, right? Because it has to be a mech, and the mech has Death Rattle, because otherwise the 1/1 that we talked about earlier that gives a 1/1 for mech is just better, right? Because it costs 1 mana less. So it has to have Death Rattle with your mech. But that's a Hunter thing to have though, so it's pretty strong depending on your deck though, right? If you have the right cards, your Hunter deck is very good. Goblin Prank, give a friendly minion to Bestrand Rush. It's interesting. Yeah, it dies after you use it. It's pretty cool. I feel, it's kind of like you play something, sacrifice it. It's pretty good. Not fantastic, I think, because this can execute. It costs you 1 card more always, so not very good for arena. Anyway, new 2-drop here. Give you minion Death Rattle, add random mech to your hand. It's pretty good. It combos with another card at the end of the thing, and you buff a minion and then you play her and then you get that minion, so you get Death Rattle. It's interesting. With the trigger ones definitely is. It's yeah, I mean, this is probably pretty good in arena. It gives you an arena, getting value is good. If this triggers like 2 minions, that is good enough. If it triggers 3, is really good. So you could need to have a board. It's pretty good like a turn. This is not a turn 2 drop, a turn 2 play. This is like a turn 5 or 6 play, right? You play it after you play like a high main, so to speak. You kind of have a lot of small guys on the board. This is a late game play if you have the boards left, which is really good though. So it should be really good as long as you keep it in your hand until the right situation. Yeah, hopefully. Anyway, similar here, right? The face damage again, not very good. But this is Hunter though, so this is the class that can use the goblin mobs the best, but not that good. So I feel it's like pretty bad. This is of course for the Death Rattle medium here. Yeah, I think this is pretty good actually. It is much better than a Volatile and a new Kaboom. So you kill something instead of it. So this is actually very strong. Of course, you can buff something as Fanatic and take it right away. So you can sort of trade. It's actually a pretty strong card. In the rest situation, definitely very strong. So this is a strong card, I think, for sure. Again, more Death Rattle, right? The stats are not good for 5 mana. 3/6 for 5 is not good enough. So this is like a 4 mana drop stats. The effect is really good though, if you have enough cards. So again, you need to pick. But I feel this is Hunter though. With Hunter, just pick all the feathers. Right? Yeah, just pick everyone. That's good enough. The Goblin, I think this is also a pretty weak legendary for Arena, right? This is very strong constructed. But for Arena, it's kind of like, man, I need to sack them somehow, the bombs. I need to die with the bombs to 0-2s. How do I die with them? And that is actually a big concern in the Arena. Not that easy to just, you know, obviously the backstab with her girl, right? She buffs them and she can run into them and says 3-1-3 and explodes and more damage. There of course are combos there, but for Arena you really need to have all that combos going there. You need to be buff them and so on, or yeah, so it's gonna be hard to play it. And again, face damage is not good in Arena, even if you're a Hunter, it's not that important. So not a big fan of it personally. Anyway, I love this card design though, it looks awesome. The best art. Summon 3 minions for your deck, they attack. Yeah, this is really good. This is really good. This might be amazing. Of course, you have Death Rattle, it triggers right, so this is a great card. It's a great card in Arena. Probably, even in Arena, it's probably good because you can probably remove everything with it, right? So it's probably pretty good in Arena. But I wouldn't say really that it's fantastic by any means necessary. Yeah, I think Hunter is. It feels like in Hunter you need to get all the cards. You need to get all the new cards together to make it work right. That's pretty hard, so I'm not super into it. The poster is always really strong. Yeah, that new one is fantastic. Anyway, Mage. It's always the best class. No, but Mage is usually the best class. Anyway, so Mage. Shooting Star. Yeah, this is like an Arcane Explosion, but one shaper, right? Mage has a lot of spell damage coming. This is obviously better spell. It's kind of like a small swipe, right? In a way, it swipes for spell damage, so it's decent card. I think it's a decent card, not very good, but it costs one. Thing is that because it costs 1 mana, you can pre it to the 1 minion and shoot it with your ping as well as a mage for 3 mana together, which actually isn't that hard to do. So it definitely has a lot of value there, actually. I think people are missing this card. It's probably pretty good. This card I think is fantastic. With that card though. Yeah, your next best 2 spell damage. I actually think it's pretty good. I mean, even with a Flame Strike, you can play it and Flame Strike like 6 everyone. So there's a lot of value there with all the removal spells from Mage. So you're going crazy with this guy though. He will die next turn though. So, but yeah, it's getting 2 spell damage can be real devastating. It's interesting. It makes Arcane Explosion, Arcane Barrage better, Cinder Storm better. So there's a lot of value with this guy. There is definitely. It depends on your deck though. But given the new cards are coming here and all have spell damage synergies, it's interesting. This thing, each player draws 2 cards, similar to the druid card. It depends on your deck, right? It's very good if you play very cheap spells. So actually, in a way, I like it because there is the possibility to play that very, very tempo mage in Arena. It's that hard to play, and with a few endgame spells, right? And this card, of course, you play very cheap, and you play more cards, they can't really measure up. But also, you're giving them chance to draw the removal. If you get removal, they win probably. So it's a risky card, definitely. Definitely risky. This card is great. Yeah, this card is great in constructed. In Arena, very, very good. You get 2. It's a card that gives you 2 cards, right? So you get 1 more card. It's very random, but it's probably it can be anything, which makes the Arena hard to play, right? I think it's a good card. Yeah, the end race card, which is always good. Okay, so Soya's Illusion, I think is very. I love her design. So you play the card, and the next card you play, right? If you play the card in the newest card, you can play another card. Play a new card, play a new card. It's obviously horrible in Arena, but it's very constructed. You just keep playing a chip spell, right? And keep, send them in your face. Very, very awesome. But in Arena, it's horrible because you don't have minions. This guy, though, I think it's pretty good. 4-3 for 4, obviously bad stats. Not unplayable stats, but 2 spell damage. That is a lot. 2 spell damage is very, very strong. So you play this guy in the new removal spell, or removal spell, it's very, very strong. And it's uncommon, so it's pretty good actually. Of course, this card down is better the more spell damage you have, right? It's like summon 2 random cost minions, and if you have spell damage like this guy, it's force. So yeah, very cool card. It's gonna be very strong in Arena, I think. So if you have these guys, right, a lot of them, this card is very, very strong. Okay, so this card, Metrologist. For each card in your hand, you 1 damage random enemy. It's I think this card is pretty interesting. Yeah, if it wasn't random, it would be. He's kind of like a massive random guy. Yeah, if he was to like deal your hand damage to a minion, it would be really good. even if you have a lot of cards in your hand, it's very, very strong. It's quite hard to say, yeah, because in Arena you can't have that many cards in your hand usually at turn 6 or turn 5. But you probably have like 4 or 5 cards. If you have a lot of cards, it's very strong. So I think the problem with him is that it's hard having that big of a hand at the time frame for 6 mana. Unless you play, I guess, this card. You know, I suppose. So he might be strong, depending on your deck, I guess. I think kind of uneven. This Agamdon, the hand card. But she is much stronger because getting minions, it's better than doing random stuff because, I mean, sometimes doing the Mad Bomber Crystals can be really good right with the low life points, but summoning a minion is always good. If they have like a 7/7 out, doing 7 random damage is going to be really bad. It won't ever kill it, but like summon a minion, that's better. She's very late though, right? So I don't know, I think it's interesting, the whole hand thing. Hard to play in Arena though. And then we have, of course, change the cost of your minions in your deck to 1. Yeah, the Pocket Galaxy there. Yeah, this is strong in Arena. This is strong. Not fantastic strong, actually, in my opinion, but it's pretty good. The thing is that in Arena, you need to kind of have the tempo when you get to turn 7, and you play this thing, you're losing on your tempo, and it probably can kill you, so it's a high-risk play definitely in Arena. You might just lose the game for this thing. It's definitely risky. Not super into it. Yeah, not super into it. Okay, so Paladin. But I think it might be interesting. Maybe with all the new spell dashing, it's very interesting. Okay, so Glovetron. Here we go. Image, yeah. So Glovetron. 1/3, 1. Good. It's a good card, yeah. Because 1/3 is like Mana Weird, those are Clarison, it's also good in Arena. And of course it's magnetic, so you have some high stat value, right? So you can combo him later on, you can play the next mech, buff him up, coin something, right? This is actually, I think, a very, very strong card. Very, very strong card. Uncommon card. Very, very good. It's basically very good, yeah. This stuff is kind of like okay-ish. Yeah, Device Shield. The thing is that I think it follows kind of the similar rules like Noble Sacrifice. You don't want to attack. It's easy to understand. It's out there. You don't want to attack into it. So I feel it's kind of weak in that sense. This card is horrible in Arena. It's really bad. Yeah, it's really bad. I mean, it follows kind of the same rules, right? You don't want to too much lose life points. You don't want to too much hurt, their face. Healing is also really bad in Arena, so you don't want to hurt, get double life. It's horrible card. What I'm talking about. It's good. Interesting, maybe because even DF is pretty bad. Yeah. Draw 2/1 cards from your deck. So you need to play Prince Liam. No, you need to play really, really cheap. It's very bad now in doing that. Unless you get everything. Either you have a massive white media deck, which is great, or this is horrible. If you have a deck for it though, it's great, right? Because it's 1 mana less and so on. This though is great. Yeah, it's the giving something Annoyotron stats, right? So you can buff something like that 1/3, make it into and so on, right? So this is pretty good. This is good. This is annoying. Like throwing in the Divine Shield is really annoying. So I think it's a great card. Prismatic Lens, draw a minion and spell from your deck. Swap their cost. This is so random. This is just so random. Yeah. But I guess the point is that you're supposed to play really cheap minions right constructed. So you play like 1 minions and really expensive spells, and you swap that. That minion is not useless, but you have like a really cheap spell suddenly. That I guess is the point, right? For Arena though, this is useless because it's just so random. You have stuff usually in the middle, so you won't do anything. It's kind of like draw 2 cards for 4 mana, so it's horrible. Yeah, another one of these things. Massive Egg! Okay, so you drop a 0/5, you have to die with it somehow, you get an 8/8. Let's get that on your turn, I guess. The goo has to die on their turn, but this is hard to play in Arena. You have to buff it and so on. It's really hard to play. It's a mech, I guess, so you can buff magnetic, and yeah, that's the point, right? I suppose you have to use magnetic for it. It might be good with the magnetic. I have to say that though, when thinking about it, because you can buff with the magnetic so much, and Paladin, you can buff your own spells as well. It might actually be really good, but hard times. Yeah, I don't know. It feels kind of like depending on how good they all have together it turns out to be. This card is so bad, honestly. It feels like a really bad equality. It's just like, okay, so everything is now 1, so you can trade with them. It's like a weaker equality. Almost. No, not really, but they got 3 more spell costing equality, yeah. I mean, you're gonna pick this arena anyway, because removal is great in arena. So you're gonna pick this card because it's good enough to use in arena. I promise you guys, this is good enough in arena. But equality feels like we do the same thing almost every time. Equality is broken. Okay, so again, equality is broken good in arena, right? So this card is like expensive equality, which is not that good in that sense, right? But equality is still so broken, so you're gonna play this card anyway. But equality is better, so it's kind of like yeah, it's way better. It costs way less mana and does the same thing pretty much, right? So you can play more cards. Anyway, Glowstone Technician. Give all your minions in your hand. Yeah, so back to the hand buffs. This is really strong. It is really strong. 2+2 is, it's right away becomes a lot. Yeah, it's a little. He's very late though. The problem with him is that he's very late in arena, right? The other cards come much sooner in arena, even though they do less stats. But Smuggler Run Paladin was very strong in arena generally. So, but it's so late. I think it's pretty bad actually. I think about it. I think the effect is very strong, but it's 6 mana. That's very late. So I think it's probably bad actually. Anyway, so the last thing then, Kangaroo's Army. Yeah, resurrect 3 friendly mechs. Yeah, and they keep the buffs. This card is amazing. Even for arena, just resurrecting 3 minions, as we know with priest, is great. So, and if you medic, even better. So I think this card is actually very strong. One of the better legendaries in my opinion, because yeah, resurrecting 3 stuff. That's a 1 card and the 3 cards, a lot of value. Because like, if you buffed something, you probably have like at least 1 magnetic buff, probably 2 arena, but I would say at least 1. So it's kind of like restricting 4 cards, right? And that is very, very strong as a priest. So this is a great legendary card. It's better than Latina Food Ring? Probably not, because he's just a staple good card. It's better than Tarim? No, Tarim is broken, so he's much better. But it's still a pretty good card. Yeah, Sakutari I think is the best legendary in the game, right? It's just so good. Okay, so priest. Slow the page. Priest. Okay, a 0 mana card in the beginning, and interesting. Topsy Turvy. So it's basically the whole, yeah, what's called Yu-Gi-Oh! Shields and blades or that blades and shields, whatever. Topsy Turvy. Stop a minion attack and health. It's this might be really good actually constructed. Maybe. It's a whole inner fire deck. Yeah, it's the inner fire deck again, right? So in arena it's horrible because you're paying 1 mana to do something. You're paying 1 card. Like you're paying 1 card to heal another card basically. So you're paying 2 cards probably. So it's really bad most of the time. This is how 0 mana, that was really bad card wise. Test subject. Return spell to cast this to your hand. This is very interesting. Very interesting for the buff thing, yeah. So you get them back again. It's the Murloc is very strong. Depends on how much buffs you have, of course, in arena. Constructed is very good. In arena, it depends on your deck though, but it's definitely a possibility to be a good card. Okay, so new mech from priest, dead ringer. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. It gives you a good, it's a good effect. You can draw itself to your deck, but it's a pretty good effect, I think. Yeah. This though, this cards are amazing. I love this prescribed clearing device. So you discover a card, right? It's a minion to a spell, like with the spell card. It's a little worse, I think, than discovering a spell then, but it's still good. You can see what you need, right? You can pick it for the curve, you can pick it late game, you can get another big expensive card. If you see one of your legendaries, you know, legendary is very strong. And for constructed, you can have like 1 legendary, right, like Lich King. And you also have him. If you play this card, you can get more Lich King, right, which is great. So it's like, you know, you have 2 more of that big legendary, and so on. Very good card. This is horrible in a way because the effect itself is so weak. Again, getting life is really not very strong. So if you have 10 mana, 10 crystals, you get 10 life. It's kind of like, well, that's not gonna do anything. So okay, fair though. Sometimes it will save your life because it's a massive heal. So I guess that's okay in arena. Sometimes. I mean, she's at 3-4 for 3, so you probably got picked good anyway. It was set up pretty decent. But the heal is very rarely going to do anything, even if it happened at turn 3. So, I mean, there are better Omega effects. And Priests do get to 10 mana easily, though. So, you probably will get the effect, I suppose, if you play late game. But late game should have bad stats instead. Not a very good card. Okay, extra arms. Spider-Man. Give a minion to storm. And yeah. And you get more cards. It's pretty good. It's a buff card. Of course, give that new 1-drop, right? Priest and buffs are very good because you have that 2/6, so you have a lot of health, not much attack power. Makes buffs are better. This is like a buff, another buff. So yeah, I think it's a good card. Not fantastic, but pretty good. Reckless Experimenter then. So this is interesting. Her stats are great. Her stats are great, regardless of you have Death Rattle. 4, 6, or 5 is very strong in Arena, especially for Priest. So her stats are very good. And the Death Rattle, you might be able to overrun them if you have really Death Rattle. One thing is that she triggers Aegis, it triggers Death Rattle stronger when they die, right? So she has a lot of possibilities there. I think she's a good card in Arena. Just from her stats are low, she's a good card, right? Yeah. Might be in your way though if you want to kill, don't want to die. So it's an interesting card, definitely. For Constructed, of course, it's a very good card because you can combo Death with her, right? It's a very good card. This is, of course, a new layer coming soon. So yeah, search for the minion, get a copy. Yeah, this is a strong. I think it's a very strong card. Either you copy something small, and you know, like turn 4, you coin this thing, copy your 2-drop, you get a 5/5. That's decent. You just have tempo. Pretty good. Late game, you might have a legendary out as a priest, right? You have the amber, whatever. You pay this thing, copy it, get another Lich King, Ishara, whatever. Get the effect in, yeah, the trigger effect, you have more cards, death metal effect, of course. So yeah, I think this card is strong. It's a strong card actually. I think it has no flexibility. It's very difficult. I mean, yeah, I think it's a very strong. It's pretty strong card here. And of course, this card is a great build card, right? Because if this guy, yeah, if you cast any spell on this minion, you can resummon it, right? So this card you can combine, you can copy this guy, and yeah. This series is a very, very interesting card for Constructed. In Arena, I mean, if you get a few cards to combo with him, and you get the spells right, yeah, he has high value. I mean, it should be pretty easy in Arena. We have a lot of Busted Priest. I think it's a pretty good card. It has a lot of, it's very, very sticky. So, yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not game breaking, but it's pretty good. And then of course this is just like summon one. Yeah, this is very cool. Yeah, right. You summon out them, right? If you get Xeric, it has clothing, so you get a lot of 1/1s. It's actually it's probably pretty good in Arena because you do pick a lot of sticky Death Rattle, Divine Shield, and so on, right? They're pretty good. You pick out that cards, and you're getting like 7 1/1s. It's not good for 9, but not that bad. It's a pretty good like late game card. As long as you don't, if the board is empty, you play this card. It's pretty strong. If you're in the lead, you kill your guys, play like 4 or 5 of these guys. It's pretty good. So I think it's a pretty good card in your deck in Arena. It probably is. Not fantastic, but it's a pretty good card. But it's very interesting though, Constructed, definitely. But yeah, Xeric might be good. Might be good. Not any, I feel, game-breaking cards of Priest, not any like massively breaking cards, like this is amazing. Like Druid's Gloopy, like that card is amazing, right? And so on. Okay, so Rogue. Pogo Hopper. Gain 2 plus for each Pogo Hopper you play this game. This card is much better in Arena then, because you can play more than 2, right? So you can have 5 of them, it's very good. It's like the Murloc. It's pretty good in Constructed. You can of course play it, play another one, right? Then it's stronger, and you can take it up in your hand again and so on. It's an interesting card. For Arena though, you need to have the combo going, you need to have these 2 of them, and yeah, it's not that good in Arena. You need to have more of them, right? This though is strong. This is strong. This is very strong actually. Lab Recruiter, very strong card. 3/2 for 2. So the stats are there, right? It's a decent stats. Yeah, you can play it turn 2 in Arena. You're happy with that. You shouldn't be too, careful with that thing, right? And he can buff, or not buff, but he can buff your deck, I guess. You can clone what you want, right? Which is gives you a lot of possibility, except with the new Elk, right? In Constructed. But even in Arena, then, oh, I clone this strong card. I have this 6-drop, is good. Let's clone the Sunwalker, whatever. It's good. So it's a good card. Late game, you can clone the best card you have out on the board. Early game, it's just a 2-drop, which is good enough. So great card. This again, I think it's a strong card. Just you play 1 card, you get 2 cards, and they have stickiness, so it's like double stickiness, and it's better getting card than drawing cards, so it's better than intellect, and it's uncommon. So this is a good card. Of course, you're rogue, so you cover with Death Rattle. Yeah, I think it's a great card. It's a great card. It's a great card. Not best, but great card. Here we see it, right? So you trigger that rattle for random player minion. So you play that card, you get that rattle, you play this card, you trigger it. Yeah, so that's a great card. This card itself is also pretty good, right? It's a lot of value. Weapons are good in arena, so you can kill something, trigger something. Yeah, great card. I think generally both of them are pretty good cards. This Sabi could trigger. Yeah. I like this card, yeah. You summon 1/1 with rushing poisoner. So basically, you play this card right, and then when it dies, you can kill something else with it. So it's good if you magnetic it, so you can trigger its death rattle. It's really annoying for the opponent because they can't really play out a big minion on this minion. Let's say you play this minion right, they can't play out the 8-drop whatever. So you use kill it in the 8-drop, get the rush minion, kill it right. So it's kind of like a delayed. It's very similar to most of the poison cores, but because its death rattle is out of being itself, it's much stronger than like a cobra, because the cobra can use, you can bolt that cobra. This guy, you can't kill this guy, then he summons it, so you have to kill it and then ping it. So mage obviously will be much easier, but yeah, it's a strong card. It's a strong card. Very strong card for me. I think Rogue has a good card system for, yeah, very strong card. This is a little slower, not really fitting the Rogue, but it's very random. So you take like 10 random cards and it costs nothing now. It's probably very good. It's probably much better than the mage card stuff is fine in your deck. This is much more controlled. It costs mana less, so it's very strong. But yes, it's kind of like, it's very random, it's very risky. It's good to a lot of draw. I don't know. It's probably constructed arena. It's very random. Okay, so I like this card a lot. Yeah, Mia Space is a cool death rattle card. So she copies death rattle right there. You get whatever you want, and you can clone her, you can trigger her effect and so on. There are so many death rattle effects in the game though. She's very random actually. So in one way, she might be not that strong because there are so many bad death rattles for 5 mana, but it's a discover effect though. So the chance of having 3 bad should be really low. I haven't done a math, but having 3 bad should be really low. So I think it's a good card. Not the best card though, because you probably get like 2 bad and 1 mediocre a lot of times, and then it's like pick the mediocre one. There's a really bad 5-drop, you lose tempo, but you also have chance of really good cards, so it's a random card and might be good. This card is great. Yeah, this is a great card. It's a 4/4/5, little bad stats, but she does of course buff a minion, gives cold blood, and then they can kill it. It's pretty strong now. If you coin her, especially at turn 4, so you can buff something, kill their minion with your minion, trade it off, and full left. It's really strong. So uncommon card does it actually pretty good. I think Rogue has so far has really good card. I think everything with Rogue is great here. This is also great, yeah. Not the best card, but that's uncommon, right? So it's like, yeah, it's a great card. Next thing then, again, Death Rattle. You need to have Death Rattle to play Rogue. This probably is the biggest card because you need to get the other cards to have this card working. Will you get them? Probably one of those, draw random uncommon cards. But still though, it's kind of random, you need to have a deck for it, so... And some that fills the board, like the worms, you get nothing for this thing. It's kind of like, it's probably very good constructed. In arena, it's probably decent. If you have the right deck for it, probably amazing, right? Okay, so last down. Draw your deck. This is horrible in arena. Okay, guys, this is horrible in arena. It might be good constructed. It actually might be better with the new cartoon card. Horrible in arena though. You can draw your whole deck and you won't get enough removal cards probably, so you will sit there, you're in fatigue state, and they will survive you for like a few turns and you lose. So especially if you put it at turn 5, you want to play it at least at like a later turn at least. Horrible card. I like the card. I like the combos in it, but it's like that card is never gonna see in a good play in arena. It's just really bad. Like how are you gonna make it in arena? You need to play it at like turn 20 or something. You're pretty much at fatigue anyway. You just want to draw the rest of your cards quickly. Then it's good in arena. Only late, yeah. So anyway, Beckett Lightning, deal damage to all minions over 2. So it's like an arcade explosion for the same cost actually. Yeah, it's true. If you do 2 mana, it would be broken obviously. It would be really broken. But it's doing 1 mana is so weak. But I would say this thing though. Shaman has spell damage totem though, yeah. As you all know, right? Shaman spell damage totem. If you have 1 spell damage, that is really strong. You're paying nothing to just kill 2 and everything. And you're probably gonna have this built out every now and then. So it might be pretty strong. Yeah, it might actually be pretty decent. But definitely it feels like if you don't have this totem, it's horrible. You need spell damage. And overall it's very strong on it. You can't play... It might be a good tempo swing. It's hard to say. Anyway, this card I think is pretty good. This card is pretty good, yeah. Like you pay 1 mana, you get 2 1/1s that can kill stuff with that, 1 overload. This is, I feel, is a pretty good. You can buff them with Flame Tongue and so on, right? Bloodlust. I feel it's a pretty good card, yeah. It fills your board very rapidly there. These guys. Okay, so Mega Mind. It's this card is, I think, it's pretty good. It's a 2/3 for 2, so that's like, you know, yeah, you can play it, and it gives you yeah, life steal for all your spells if you played late game, which is pretty good. Shaman did much more than Priest, especially if you're using the weapon. So I think it's much better than other Mega Life, but not super good. Super. This card is amazing. This is probably one of the best cards actually. Yeah, this is probably one of the best cards actually. You know, it's just a 2/2 for 2. It gives you 1 more card, and this Elemental, which is even better for Shaman. So it's like, yeah, this is a great card. This is a 2/2 that gives you 1 more card. This is really, really, really strong, yeah. This is fantastic. It's just 1 more card in your hand. This is... Yeah, this card is really good. This is a 10 out of 10 card, seriously. It's just simply extremely strong. And they are no bad elementals either. They are all... Even the cheaper ones are good for Shaman, so they are all really good, yeah. It's a good card. Elementary Reaction. Draw a card. Yeah, another elemental effect. Like this guy, guys. Yeah, so, you know. Yeah, you play that guy. Next turn you play an elemental. Then you play this card. It's a great card. Very, very good. This card is... I think this card is easy to trigger. I play a lot of Shaman in Arena. It's very easy to trigger elemental effect. So, it's probably pretty good. And we have, of course, the new legendary. He's interested because he plays Overlord spells. You trigger them twice, so you get double overload, but you can also do massive effects. So you break a lava burst, and it's like pyroblast, something like that. Yeah, so he's interesting. Is he good in Arena? He's probably pretty decent with Eresis. You trigger your double Lightning Storm and so on, but not otherwise. It's, I don't know. Otherwise, yeah. If you use a pretty clone card, you get double the clones. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this guy that we play over Overload, you get all the guys right. He's a 3/5/4. Stat-wise, he's definitely good enough in Arena, and if you get effect, that's really strong actually. So I think it's quite pretty good. It's hard to play him at turn 4 though, because you obviously overload before, so you can coin it. So it's kind of like a turn 6 play probably, maybe a turn 5 play. So if they take that in mind though, it's gonna be a 5 play probably, or 6 play. I think 6 play probably. Yeah, so Storm Chaser is obviously from the Pandorian guys. Draw a spell. Costs 5 more. I think this card is you get your Bloodlust in Arena. it's not super good. You don't have too many super spells in Arena, so you probably can only get like 1 or 2 cards in your deck usually, and then it's not super good. Nah, it doesn't feel very good. I mean, it has some potential, but the problem I think with this card in Arena is that you probably won't even have a card sometimes. If you play it turn 4, it definitely is gonna work. But if you play turn 10, you might have drawn that expensive card, right? You don't have that many expensive cards. Shaman again, so you're gonna get out there and have like, oh, I played this card now. Oh, I was out of expensive cards, right? So that makes it pretty big. Anyway, Eureka, summon a copy from a minion from your hand. And this is definitely combo friendly. Not good in the Arena for the slightest, because you have a lot of expensive cards. Not really, like you have more cheap cards. So in arenas, you have to wait very, very late game, very, very specific when you play it. So it probably is playable in Arena. So as you have it in your hand and you play it at like turn 15, and you have a good, expensive card, right? At turn 6 it's going to be probably horrible. Not necessarily, but probably. So it's kind of like, you know, limited there. Giston. Evolve! Evolve, my friends! And this card is great, right? Yeah, you transform your minions as totems. You play a totem Arena. Yeah, this card is great. This is a great card in Arena. Even if you have medium-sized cards, it's good. You have a lot of sheep guys. This card is fantastic. It's gonna be so crazy. You get a lot of weird legendaries. This card is... Evolve is very strong in Arena. Now this card is great. It's less... I think Evolve is almost better though, because you can kind of control it better and combo it with your cards easier. But still though, this is a very, very strong card. It's like a massive... One massive jump in Evolve. I suppose. The problem is that legendaries can be worse, right, than they were before. Like Evolve, you know you're getting a expensive spell. Might be worse, but usually it's not. With legendary, it's more random, so it's a little bit cray, for sure, right? So anyway, Warlock, the Solarium, Solarium. So you're getting very madness effect. You discard your hand, and you can. It's very good, of course, with the whole, do this thing and play them out, or the dino and so on. So I like it. I always like the discard effect. Not in Hearthstone, but in all the card games. So I like that it's more of this. So I'm happy with that. But it goes in arena, obviously it's horrible. Like, it's not adding arena, but the extracted is pretty cool. Yeah. So I like it. I like that you have more cards for that. This I also like. It's kind of like you buff something, but you kind of want to card this. But you buff it pretty cheap. It's pretty. This is a card. It's probably pretty good, but not the best. Aurora. Yeah, she's a 2/2 for 2. It's not good enough, but it's decent. And then she has this ability that's kind of like, well, if you have a lot of demons in your hand, but it's Death Rat, it's kind of like that effect costs 1 mana or also 2 mana for Paladin, but they do it without having that battle cry, which is much better, and it's not demons, so I feel it probably isn't that good actually. Yeah, it's like a much worse smuggler. Definitely. This is good. This is good. It might be a little hard for the Warlock, but yeah, 4 damage, something for 2 mana. Do damage to your own face. This is definitely good. You can combo it with older cards from the last expansion that's better than that. So yeah, it's a good card. It's a good card. Simply good moon card. This player transformed randomly. Yeah. This is kind of like, I don't know. This is very random. Yeah. The problem is that if you play Extracted, you have a lot of demon buffing cards. So you're gonna. The demon you get is gonna be good, right, so to speak. In Arena, it's kind of like you get a demon, he gets a demon, and you don't know what demon is the best demon, and you might lack the buffs of it, and then it's not very good. Anyway, another demon card. Get attack for each of your. Yeah, so like this guy, he can buff something with that spell level, the spell, right? Yeah. So at turn 5, you play that spell, kill a minion, play this guy. It's a 5/5 for 3. So I think this is a great card actually. I mean, it's easy to life tap play. It's a 3/5 for. Yeah, like it's very good. At turn 5, you life tap when you play this guy, right? Then it's a sending with a 3/5 for 3, which is good enough. And you get a card. So this is actually a strong card. It's a strong card, yeah, definitely a strong card. Doubling imp. So you get 2 imps. It's kind of like the Trent, I guess. It's kind of exactly like the Trent, but you get demons instead. Yeah, this is a strong card. It's good against secrets, right? You play this guy, you get 2 of them. So if they play, a mirror entity, you get 1/2/2, you get 2/2, so on, right? Yeah, I think this is probably just good demon card. Good demon card. Good value. This card though, I think is really strong. This card is really strong, yeah. So it's like a 4/5. It's a Yeti for 1 more mana, which is not that good, of course, but that is like playable. And if you have 10 mana, you get a lot of value, guys. This is probably not the best Omega card so far. The other Omega card kind of like 10 life is like it's almost never gonna help you. This, however, though, is like this is a lot of value, yeah. A lot of value. You get the clone ninjas there. They are a lot of value for 5 mana at late game. Very, very good. Like the priest card is like, oh yeah, you get 3/4 you get 10 lives. Like that's never gonna help you pretty much. Like 1 out of 10 games, it might be help you. Usually won't. This is much better. This is much better. Yeah, here we go. Right, demons. You need to pick a lot of demons to work. So I feel that Warlock is pretty weak in that sense because there hasn't been that many good demons every now and then. So the problem is that they do have some really good demons, like Dreadlord is fantastic and so on, right? But you also get demons that are pretty bad, and sometimes you don't get demons at all, right? They are up and down how many demons they have. So it's kind of hard to say how many demons you would have, right? It's a very late game draft card to pick, like cheating the demon, right? This guy's a demon, I guess. This guy's a demon. She's a demon herself, of course. Yeah, they have a lot. Of course, it's special. There's a lot of demons, but in all together, I don't know. They have to Morrigan. Swap this with a minion from your deck. Yeah, it's interesting. So you like get it back. It's interesting, yeah. So It's kind of like the beast, it's almost a beast which dies. Yeah, Windspear, yeah, Hunter. In Arena, it's probably not good enough, right? You play at turn 8, and then because you usually have a lot of sheep minions with a lot of mid range as the Warlock, so you summon out like a really sheep minion, and you can play her again. No, you can't be milled, which is great because you can play her again. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like not good enough. I say not good enough. It's just not. It's not really there, right? It's not really there. Anyway, so last class then, the warrior. Hope you see with me here. The warrior card. Warrior of course has a lot of new mech stamp because they also have the magnetic abilities. So here we go. It's like this thing, which I think is really good. Yeah, it's not a 1-3, but the pair link is a 1-3. With this got the armor guy, but it's pretty good. I mean, getting on for Clash is really good. I play Control Warrior a lot, so it's really good there. It probably gives you like at least 2 man armor, but possibly like 4 armor in second, which is really good. In Arena though, that doesn't matter at all, but it's 1-3 for 1 are good, so it's a pretty good card, cosmetic things on. This card I feel is really good. Yeah, discover a mech for 1 man. This card is really good actually. It's probably the best Omega card. Actually, I really like the 4-5 as well. That card is very strong as well. But this card is like at turn 1 to discover this is great. As I mentioned earlier, that's very strong, right? And this card is like, well, at turn 1 you can use it early game. You can use it to get a mech, which is great. You get a mech combo on right there. And in late game, like, oh, you get 3 mechs. 1 mana. You like draw 3 cards. It's very strong late game. So you can get all the 3 cards there. And early game you pick a good mech or a curved mech right you need. So this card is very strong. I think it's 10 out of 10 card. For me, in my opinion, it's the best mega card. Very strong. Very strong. Okay, weapons project. Each player draws. Yeah, everyone gets a weapon. This card was horrible. It's so bad in Arena, man. You're losing tempo. They're getting it before you as well. Yeah, it's horrible. I don't know. This is pretty good though. Yeah, you can sacrifice a minion and you can draw a card. So it's kind of like give a minion and you get a card free. Deck tilting. Not the best, but it's pretty good. But in Arena though, it's deck tilting though. So it's like, you know, play and get a card. But it's not that good because you're not really paying a card for a card because you're all getting a new card. But you're paying it for your deck though. If it was like get a random card would be better, yeah. Anyway, Dynamatic. It's really expensive for this effect. It should do more damage, I feel. 5 damage for 5 mana at random is not high enough. I feel it should be higher, like 7 or so, honestly. If it's kind of low. But I guess because you can enrage combo it as a warrior would be too good, maybe. Yeah. Hard to say. I feel it definitely has the possibilities as a warrior. You can either play it to kill deer guys, or you can play it right to trigger your minions. But in Arena, there's gonna be a lot of mechs now, obviously. And so you play this guy, they have mechs, you can't hurt them. So it's like, yeah, you have to play with the don't have mech out, but they only have 1 minion out, like a 5/5. Which is not mech, you can just kill this guy. So I guess he has possibilities, but it's kind of like random. So this is a card that people like, right? I forced them to do this thing. I think it's pretty good. It's like Force Betrayal. It's pretty strong. It's not the best card, honestly, in my opinion. It's kind of expensive. It's 3 times Betrayal. But if you say it could be definitely be pretty strong. But Warrior overall is pretty weak, right? So I feel it, man. You know, so I get this thing. I don't know. It's probably pretty good. The Betrayal effect. But it's very dependable though. You need to have like at least 2 minions out. The effect has to be really necessary for them. It's really weak itself. If it's like, I mean, if it's a card that is really good sometimes. Yeah, that's stuff. Yeah, sometimes it's really good. Okay, so Security Rover. It's quite strong, right? You combine with your mechs, get a 2-2 with mech, shields it. It's a lot of value. Yeah, it's probably getting at least be 1 more 2-3. It's more mechs too. Yeah, it starts more mechs, so that's pretty good. Yeah, it has a lot of value. It's a lot of value in this card. Definitely good with the magnetic thing, but also not like game changing. I don't feel like Warrior has like a game. No, I think this card is amazing. Also, Omega Assembly is amazing, but the other ones this might be good sometimes. But the other ones don't really game changing. And this one or the last, yeah, Bereave Nullifier is good though. It's good though. It has the stats. It gives a shroud or spell immunity. It's very strong. So it gives you that. That is very strong. So this is probably one of the best magnetic ones because you can't be targeted. except by that 3-3 kills Magnetic. Yeah, that ignores spell immunity, so she will still kill it, the agent, yeah. So it has potential, but also it's really weak against that thing, being against poisonous, so it's not immune wise, it's kind of half as immune as always. So it's kind of like it's strong with 7 mana. I don't know. Then yes, they have the new. You get new cards when you play Dr. Doom. You get the new Mad Genius. This is a good card though in Arena. This is a great card because you do get a lot of value. So I don't know. I feel this legendary is good. I feel that of course Beryllium is good, but not the best card either. And the rest aren't that good really. The best one I think is probably Rogue. Yeah. It's got a lot of good stuff. Priest I feel is pretty good too. It's a lot of value there. Hunter is somewhat. Druid, Druid is also really good. Warlock maybe. Warlock is like if you get the right cards, it's really strong. Otherwise not. Shaman isn't that strong. I feel there's a lot of kind of nonsense cards there. Yeah, I forgot about something like that. Anyway, I hope you liked the whole, went through all the cards, right? It's the retrospective here, went through every damn card, and I might upload next week or so some kind of like, okay, I played the game for 100 runs now, let's say what's the best card, best neutral card and so on, maybe, if you liked it, yeah. So anyway, hope you liked this video, put the like button, subscribe, right, and I'll see you guys with some top 10 best cards, like top neutral cards at least, that's coming out next week, maybe this week, but I think probably next week. I'm doing, after I played a few 100, like 20 runs, so there, I play like a top 10. So anyway, and of course we're gonna stream it the games. So have a great day, guys, and I'll see you.